Welcome back, everybody. Now, today I'm back with a weird one. Yesterday I was at the grocery store looking for some ingredients for another review, and I happened to be cruising down the alcohol aisle and this caught my eye. It's the Eggo Brunch in a jar. They say it's a waffles and syrup cream liqueur and it's 40 proof. Now that's something I gotta try out. So I picked it up for about 23 bucks. That's right, 23 bucks for this. So I went online last night looking for opinions and they're all over the place. Some people said it was disgusting. Some people said it was amazing. Some people said it was just all right. So I guess I'll have to figure out for myself what I think about it. But let's take a quick look at the jar itself. They say it's Eggo Brunch in a jar, waffles and syrup, cream liqueur, Appalachian sipping cream. I'm not sure sipping cream is really a phrase I've heard before, but we'll go with it. 20% alcohol, 40 proof, produced and bottled by Sugarlands Distilling. On the back here it says, we're raising the bar for brunch with this creamy partnership between Eggo and Appalachian sipping cream. With the delicious flavor of toasty Eggo waffles drizzled in syrup, brunch in a jar is the perfect addition to any brunch. Sips up. It even says 21 plus on the back. This should be interesting. Let's crack it open here now. Let's see what we've got here. All right. There's a bit of an alcohol syrupy scent wafting up as I even open the jar. It looks nice. I'm really curious about this one. Oh, it smells pretty good. It actually smells pretty good. It has a bit of a Bailey scent to it. Not my dog Bailey, but the alcohol Bailey that my dog was named after, by the way. I'm gonna pour it into a clear glass so you can see what it looks like. It looks milky and creamy, so I think it looks pretty good. First test. I'm gonna try it a few different ways here, but let's try it just plain, right out of the jar. First impression, I actually like it. It kind of has a Bailey's hint to it. It kind of reminds me of Bailey's, maybe with a hint of syrup way in the back. It's pretty similar. It's very sweet though. I think the name Sugarlands is pretty appropriate. It's pretty sweet. It's a very sweet liqueur here. Let's try a little bit on the rocks here. So far, my first impression is pretty good. It's very smooth, pretty sweet, maybe a little sweeter than Bailey's, but it does remind me a lot of Bailey's. It's good on the rocks. The ice kind of tempers the bite of the alcohol just a little bit, so it's certainly smooth going down. I can't say it tastes like waffles. It definitely tastes like syrup. It tastes like a cross between Bailey's and syrup. Let's see what else we can try this with now. I've got a cup of hot coffee here in a Freakin' Reviews mug. These mugs are available at the Freakin' store, by the way. Let's try some in here and see what we got. Who needs creamer when you got 40 proof Eggo Brunch in a jar, right? Here we go. Oh, that's good. Honestly, it works pretty well in the coffee. Now, I've had Bailey's in coffee before, and this is very similar to that. It works well. It's a good combination. You have the bitter coffee, you have the sweet Eggo Brunch in a jar. They pair well together. Now, what I really want to do is try this with an Eggo waffle. That's right, I got one right here, fresh out of the toaster. Let's see what happens when Eggo Brunch in a jar meets an actual Eggo. That's right, should be interesting. I don't know if I should like drizzle it or dip it. I'm gonna try it both ways. First I'm gonna do is dip it. I'm gonna dip it in the original pour here. Oh, there we go. That looks good. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever had waffle and alcohol in the same bite before. I don't know if I can explain it, but it almost tastes more alcoholic when you add the waffle to it. I tasted more of the alcohol than the actual syrup taste. Very interesting. What if I just drizzle a little bit over here? All right, we have some drizzled on the waffle. Bite number 2. That's weird. That's weird. Let's go for it here. I'm going to add some syrup and the Eggo to it again. It's slathered in syrup and Eggo Brunch in a jar now. Here we go. I don't know. I think we're on to something there. Let me wash it down with some brunch in a jar. Let's try some more of that. That's pretty good. I'm going to douse the rest of it with syrup. Douse the rest of it with Eggo Brunch in a jar and wash it down with some Eggo Brunch in a jar. Here we go. Oh, that's it. That's the winning combination right there. That is the winner. You can enjoy your waffles and get drunk at the same time. All right, so what's the verdict here on the 40 proof Eggo Brunch in a jar here? It tastes a lot like Bailey's with a hint of syrup in there. That's kind of my initial impression. There's a lot of different ways you can consume it. I actually liked it on the rocks. That seemed to smooth out the alcohol just a little bit. Pairing it with coffee was surprisingly pretty effective. And using it in addition to syrup with waffles was actually shockingly good. Using it without the syrup though, it seems like the waffle overpowered everything but the alcohol. So it was like alcoholic waffles, which I don't know if I like that much. Would I buy it again? Maybe it's kind of a novelty thing, not something I would drink all the time. It's interesting though. It's worth trying at least once. And I'm sure around the holidays, I'll probably find other ways to use this, probably in place of Bailey's in certain holiday drinks. But that's all I've got. If you've tried the Eggo Brunch in a jar or something like it, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.